Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Wednesday, June 25th, 2025. 5 by 5. Everybody can hear me okay? At least I hope so. Somebody just let me know. No, usually it's Hippie Josh Temple. You're the one guy who always lets me know. Anyway, guys, listen, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes. Anyway, let's talk a little bit here, guys and girls. We're gonna cover a lot of stuff here. They believe really that we are fools on an epic scale. Um, and we're going to talk about what's happening, why things. You already know all this, but people keep asking me, "Hey, Greg, what's up with the stock market? What's up with the stock market?" I'm going to tell you what's up with the stock market. If you've been here for any length of time, you realize that the keys here are what, Mitch? Thank you. The debt market and the currency itself. Now, today, let's just talk about today. Pretty much flat. The Dow slightly lower. The S&P 500 flat. You got a slight gain for tech or the Nasdaq here. The dollar lower and the 10-year yield lower. What is about to happen here on the back of everything we're seeing and with NATO, including the United States, about to more than double its defense spending. Uh, what this means is, again, what have I been speaking about since time immemorial? Okay, we've been talking about vast, and I can't underscore this enough, vast debt issuance creation on a scale that people are not going to believe. What does that mean for the stock market? Let's just stop for a second, full stop. Being that the market here is counting on more easy money, oceans of it. You got President Trump out again today, pounding on the Fed for not lowering rates, pounding on the Fed for not weakening the dollar. Again, no one has yet asked the man, him or Vance, what's enough? The dollar has already lost better than 96% of its purchasing power. It's almost gone, but it's not enough. So you got Trump, Vance, other people out here, but they're the two loudest voices right now, completely in sync, wanting a weaker dollar. No one, to my knowledge, yet has said, well, how much is enough, sir? Is it 97%? Is it 98? 99.9? What is the number that they're looking for? It must be. They can't just, obviously, look, man, they know what's going on clearly. What this is all about is pumping the system with epic sums of more debt. And that means a destruction of the economy and the middle class and the greatest fostering of a wealth transfer the world has ever seen. So what does this mean for the stock market? Again, when the market realizes what's about to happen, the Fed's going to start cutting rates. The Fed doesn't even need to. Right now, you have to understand what's going on behind the scenes here. There's stealth QE going on here to fund everything. Without the Fed in here now being the lender and buyer of last resort, this is over. This ends in a nanosecond. And with now NATO, where's this cash coming from? So NATO, including the United States, is about to more than double, go from 2% of GDP to 5% of GDP to spend on defense. Where does that cash come from? We don't have it. Comes right out of the Federal Reserve. They get to inflate on a massive scale. What does that mean? The currency will lose even more purchasing power. And in order to do this, rates must be artificially suppressed. We know they're coming. Everybody knows it's coming. No one's been screaming from rooftops more about this than our illustrious president since his last tenure, for which he was calling for negative rates, which means you pay the bank. Anyway, what does this mean for the market? It means that the market could start to trade on what's called multiples expansion. In other words, an investor, hedge funds, look, who owns most of the market? The 1% and 2%ers. All right, the rest of us are just, we don't know anything here. Okay. That means that investors will be willing to pay anything to own shares in whatever company. It looks like energy and defense. Forget about this supposed ceasefire. We're going to talk about that in a moment too. We don't even know what's real anymore. And this is a phenomenon that's been going on for quite a while. But what this means, again, for people looking to get into this market here, is you could expect, as long as the dollar gets weaker on the back of vast debt issuance and on the back of debt buying. Again, look, central banks issue debt through a window in the form of currency. They buy it back in the form of debt. That keeps the rates lower. It's a mechanism that is so absolutely freaking diabolic. It's an incredible thing. But as long as that mechanism stays in effect, the economy and what's happening here doesn't matter. Again, what happened during COVID? I was probably the only voice. And for those of you that were with me then, tell everyone here if Greg Mannarino was lying. Okay. I said get long COVID, meaning buy the market. I said that. I'm on public record saying it. They shut down the economy and the stock market went up. Think about what I'm saying. There's no connection here anymore between what's happening in the economy and what the market is doing. It's an incredible thing. Again, multiples expansion. That's why the market goes up. And of course, that means what? You could be in this market. Absolutely. I do trades for you every freaking day. I put them out right in my New Freedom platform. We're one person away from 1,500. One. Hopefully, by the time we finish this, we'll get to 1,500. I'm going to put out something for that, commemorating that moment there. Anyway, as I was saying here, the mechanism is very simple. Understanding what's happening here, that we are going to see vast debt issuance on a scale people aren't going to believe. Wisco, thank you. I really appreciate that. Well, we all know about that, man. It's all devilism. What was I saying here? Going back to the market here. If we realize that, yeah, sure, you can get long the market here. I don't really, as long as you realize risk. Again, counterparty risk is out here. War. You notice what happened today? As this war was getting worse, the stock market was going higher. Now, all of a sudden, there's a supposed ceasefire. The Dow finishes lower. The S&P flat. You can't make it up, right? The NASDAQ a slight gain here. You got a gain today with silver, gold, crude oil put on gains. Bitcoin about 108,000-ish. Crypto is relatively flat. Just started pouring rain. The dollar lower on a relative strength basis, and the 10-year yield lower, 4.28 on the 10-year yield. So you can see the setup here. It's very, very simple to understand. So I really hope that I have clarified what's happening here and why it's too easy. Now, let's talk about Nato. First of all, look at the smiling faces. I want you to notice the people in the crowd here smiling. All of them. You see this, this is our guy. Look at him laughing here. This guy's smiling. This guy's cracking up. This guy doesn't know what the freak is going on over here. But NATO allies agreed to a higher 5% defense spending target. And we nailed it because we said that this is exactly what was going to happen. Now, again, NATO allies on Wednesday agreed to more than double the defense spending target from 2% of gross domestic product to 5%. What this means, we now have a wartime economy without declaring war. They are turning the entire Western economy into a weapons platform. 5% of GDP equals trillions, redirected away from healthcare, infrastructure, debt reduction, and instead put into the war machine, including false flag capabilities and, of course, AI. This is a war for profit formalized as national policy. Who benefits? Well, the same people I've been telling you since forever now. There you go. It's Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman. Look at this stuff. Okay, it's all there for you. Now, tell Greg Mannarino, where does all this cash come from? I'll give you one guess. The central bank war engine. NATO announces 5% GDP to defense. That's not government money. It's borrowed, conjured out of thin air by central banks. The cycle repeats. Governments issue war debt. Central banks buy that debt with printed currency or created out of nothing to buy weapons, fund surveillance, build digital control systems, and the public gets what? Higher inflation and a further collapsing economy. You think I nailed it to the wall on this one? Yeah, thank these people, including President Trump, who couldn't be happier as he's working to enrich the Federal Reserve. Did I get it wrong? Maybe. I don't think so. Wow. Guys, let's talk about this supposed ceasefire. This is all the stuff I'm showing you is in your inbox here. If you subscribe to the Freedom Platform, I got plans for you. Stick around because I'm going to tell you exactly what I have planned already for our Freedom Platform here and what my dream is. I have a dream for I, and I really am going to make it happen. It's going to take a while, but we can do it. Let's just, people, just read this part right here. The real deception isn't whether missiles are flying. It's that we no longer know what's real at all anymore. How many of you actually know that the entire United States media is controlled by 5 conglomerates? 5. Look, you don't believe me on that? Google it. There's your homework assignment. So basically, look, man, let's break this down because people are asking me, will this ceasefire hold? First of all, we don't even know if it's even going on right now. The whole media is controlled, period, the end. And if you say something to the contrary, they tell you that maybe the information you're putting out is fabricated. Anyway, look, man, it's holding, maybe not, but either way, it's not built to last, people. Trump's reputation is on the line, obviously, here. This is really about rebuilding the nearly depleted Iron Dome and whatever else is going on. It won't hold, in my opinion. Why? Because they're unresolved objectives. It's all right here. Everything is here for you. All right, everything you want to know about what's going on here. The illusion of stability, crafted like witchcraft to buy time for both sides to reload their next move. It's all there, all for you guys and girls. Okay, let's move forward here. Now, this is what I'm looking to do with the Freedom Platform. Now, Lions, this could be huge. Now, I asked for your thoughts and comments. A lot of you really like this. I got 2 things I want to talk to you about. So, Lions, this is what I am thinking. Jeffrey, thank you. Wow. Exactly, Jeffrey. It's, we don't know. We don't know the truth. We got deep fakes. You got freaking AI generated video. We have no idea what's going on. The other half of the world could be vaporized and we would not even know it here. Okay. That's fact. We don't have a free press, a free media. Again, 5 conglomerates control it all. And they all put, how many times have you flipped through the channels? I laugh at this all the time. This channel is repeating the same thing as this one. This one's repeating the same thing as this one. They're all reading the same script. They're all telling you the same thing because it's one source essentially controlling these 5 conglomerates. We do not know what's going on. They could tell us anything. It's about perception. It's perception control. So anyway, this is, I want to read this to you. So this could be huge. Lions, this is what I'm thinking so far with the new Freedom Platform. Number 1, an annual Lions gathering, a meet and greet free for all active members of the Pride. This will include group discussions, music, live Q&A with me, and hopefully other guest speakers. I've already heard from a few who said they would gladly talk. Other YouTubers that you know and respect. Now, we could record these things and share segments for those who couldn't attend. I'm planning on moving these all over the country. Again, I only need 2,000. This has to get funding, man. Okay, so the funding is going to come out of our Freedom Platform. Now, number 2, Lions Uplift. Now, I'm talking about a community outreach arm here. Quarterly volunteer products, food drives, possibly regional Lion teams to represent and act locally, supported by our core platform. Again, we need funding here. Document the work in the videos. We can get this out as well. Show people what real love and strength looks like. Now, number 3, the Lions Choice. Here. A member-voted charitable giving. Pride votes on a charity or a direct cause every quarter. We could alternate between whatever we want. Local families in need, crisis relief, natural disaster zones, freedom supporting organizations, fighting censorship, corruption, or trafficking. Thank you, Iska. I appreciate that. Yes, it does. I already have it all set up for you over there. Anyway, so Lions, these are just a few things I would like for the Pride, us here, to get involved in, and I asked for your thoughts and your comments, and I wrote at the end, let's build together and make a positive difference. That's what this is really all about. Now let me take this a step further. And I know I'm a dreamer a little bit, but this is my dream for us here. A blueprint for divine revolution. It starts here, and it's just the beginning. Now just hear me out with this. This may seem a little far-fetched to you guys and girls, but I really believe that this can happen. I'm already working on it in my head. My brain doesn't turn off ever. It's a curse. Trust me on this. So, Lions, my dream, Ryan and I, a blueprint of divine revolution. It starts here, and it's just the beginning. So, Lions, think about this. First, plant the tree, then let the fruit be the testify. Let the fruit testify. Now, I'm going to break this down for you. Now, my vision is to build a sacred ground where truth lives, love leads, and Babylon holds no power. A sovereign refuge for the pride, rooted in reverence, resistance, okay, and the will of the Almighty. From one seed, a forest. Now, step one is the root. Step one. We buy, I buy, we'll figure it out. A modest piece of land. This land becomes Zion ground 001. First soil under the Lion's Freedom flag. Use it as a small-scale food production, ITAL food, organic food, a gathering place for the pride. ITAL is a Rasta thing. You can look that up here. It's a natural way of eating. It's the way that I eat. Me and my wife, both of us here. Okay, now off-grid energy, water collection, etc. Now, step two, we build inward. Okay, thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that. Step two, we build inward. Quietly build housing, community structures. We find resource hubs. This is not hard, any of this here. While vetting those who are ready to live sovereignly, live sovereign, and work the land. We need people willing to commit to assisting each other in making this a reality. Now, step three, expand to surrounding community. These are the branches. I know I'm thinking big here, but you got to think big. All right. Begin buying adjacent land when available. Support local people who align with our vision. Build trust with nearby neighbors through goodwill, healing, and truth. Now, I wrote this here, man. Look what I wrote. I know this sounds difficult, and perhaps it is, but it's worth doing. This will not happen overnight, but this provides direction. It all starts here with the dream and this new platform. Guys, this is huge. We really could do something like this. Just imagine this, like a place set aside where we could do what we want to do. We're going to need builders here. We're going to need people who understand natural medicine. We're going to need people who understand all from every single part of the community to build this. People that know how to create things. We need artists. We need a way to raise money as well. You understand? Overstand? We could build something. We need all the crafts here. We need craftsmen here is what I was trying to lead to. My brain's going off here. People that know how to build things and create. We can do this. And I believe that there's enough people here, eventually there will be, that we can make it happen. Aren't you sick of this Babylon system? Don't you want to step out of Babylon? I've already stepped out of Babylon. I'm looking to step further out of Babylon. I don't want any part of this anymore. They're laughing at us. You want to see what Babylon looks like? Here they are. Here are the players right here. Yes, including President Donald Trump here. They're all laughing. They're all laughing that let's stage this war here. And then everyone's going to just buy, like we said they would, a blank check for defense. A blank check going from 2% to more to 5% of GDP on defense spending. Did you vote for that? Is this what you want? Well, that's what they got, and they're laughing at us. They're all, look at them laughing. They're laughing. Can you believe they went for it? Oh my God, yeah, I can believe anything. They're all a bunch of idiots. Yep, that's what they are. Smile for the camera. Duh. What? Sound about right? Sound about right? You guys hear this thunder? It's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. Yeah, crime does pay, man. But you know what? We're working on something. I really believe this. Look, man. We need to unify. I'm not going to lie. I need you guys and girls to make this happen. We can do this here. It's already going to start. It's already going to start with these yearly get-togethers for us here. We'll record it for people who couldn't be there. We all can branch out into the community, do beautiful things. We can do really beautiful things. And let me tell you something. You do one good act, you get paid back tenfold. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Right, Jonathan? I appreciate that. Yeah, I know. It's all just an incredible game that they're playing here, but we see through it all. We called this. We called this. We nailed it to the wall. We really did. Look, we're not looking for accolades. We're not looking, but the people here that detract, they're just shills. They're bots. They're trying to sway the narrative, and it's not going to work. Everybody here is capable of seeing straight through it. Correct? Anyway, guys and girls, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. So that's really it. So hopefully, I needed one more. We needed one more to hit that 1,500 mark with regard to the Freedom Channel. I'd be willing to bet that it's there right now. And I'm going to send out a nice little thing over there, guys and girls. We're going to make this happen. It's not going to be quick. As you can see, people are kind of trickling in. They don't know whether they want to be a part of it or not. And that's okay. Some people, look, man, I understand that it comes to just over $3 a month. To some people, $3 a month is a lot of money. I get it. All right. It's a cup of coffee. I don't know what it is. But to some people, it's I think a cup of coffee is even more than $3. What is a Starbucks these days? I don't drink it, but I'm just saying. But I get it. So, maybe we could carry some of the weight too. For those of us that can do it, maybe we can carry some of that weight as well. I really want to create an entire society where like-minded people can look out for each other. And because that's the way it's supposed to be. This system that we're in right now, it's a curse. It's a freaking curse on all of us. And we can escape it. It's up to us. We can choose to do it. That's true. Absolutely. Am I auditioning for Teen Wolf? First of all, I'm just about 60. I'll be 60 in less than a month. So I am surely not a teen. And I'm not auditioning for anything here. No, I'm not out of the market. I'm in the market. I already told you I'm not fully invested here, but I have cash in this market. I am in JEPQ. I am sitting on a cash position as well, as you know. I would like to see things stabilize. Look, the market ain't going nowhere. There's no rush here. No FOMO. Okay, stop with the FOMO, everyone. You want to get back into the market? That's fine. I told you what to look out for. I got your back. I got your back every day. Later today, again, if you subscribe to my Freedom platform, you're going to get a breakdown of the market with trades, exactly how to trade it. You can do that. You can dabble back in here if you want to. Get into something like JEPQ, pays you a nice monthly dividend. Watch the dollar. Watch the 10-year yield. I got you on this. Okay, so, and then, of course, people, look, man, what's the key? Betting against the system. We realize they're not, all they're going to do is inflate. You need more proof of it. There's no ending the Federal Reserve. All this cash, everyone still believes Trump is going to end the Fed. I mean, there were people that are literally locked in that delusion. They couldn't snap out of it last time. I told them it wasn't going to happen. I was ridiculed and belittled then. Same thing now. They can't snap out. They don't realize that what they're seeing, why they don't get it. And I understand that. I don't know if this is a problem with IQs or willful blindness or whatever it might be. But the beauty of it is there are people like us who see right through it. There's no veil. Boom. You see right through it. It's too simple. Anyway, we got to bet against the system, people. Like I've been telling you, I still believe that physical silver, I got it all over my freaking desk here. All over my freaking, there's some gold for you over here. There's some more silver pieces here. I even got copper over here. A couple pieces from you guys. I got it all, man. Anyway, we're going to keep our eyes on it. Look, Jonathan, on the Middle East, man. Look what did we just learn here? Okay, more war means a higher stock market. It means the market realizes much more debt, and on the back of this is incredible. Going from 2% of GDP to 5. Where's the outrage? Why are people now not out in the street right now? Because first of all, they have no idea what's going on. Okay, they don't know what's happening and or why. And the people here that say Trump was going to cut spending, that's why we put him there. We haven't cut anything. As a matter of fact, debts and deficits are ballooning faster now than ever before. Right, Awakening TV too? I appreciate that. It's very possible. Yes, the market looks toppy, 100%. But again, as long as they keep the 10-year yield suppressed, as long as they're killing, murdering, and slaughtering the dollar, and our factories continue to crater, our economy continues to melt through the floor. The gap, you remember this gap here? Economy, market. I've been showing you guys this, which seems like 10,000 years. And that's exactly what's going on. And you're right, people have become absolute zombies. The zombie apocalypse is real. It's real. But we are the remnant. I are the remnant here. You understand? I think we pretty much got this down, people. We really, really do. Us together have been so on target. Doesn't it almost scare you a little bit? No crystal ball needed. No, nothing. We have our connection with the source, and I believe most of us here do. Okay, it'll open up a whole new world to you. All right, forget about the indoctrination, ritualistic, nonsensical control mechanisms of religion here. I'm talking about spirituality. Okay, talking about something much bigger. These dogmatic faith systems are just mechanisms of control. That's all they are. I think most of us are probably aware of that. Anyway, my day trading setup, dude, I tell you, you don't even need it. You don't even need it anymore. I set these up for you every day. People, every day. And I don't set these, if you notice how I set these trades up for you, you're going to find it in your inbox probably in about 2 hours or so, okay? You're going to find a breakdown of the market. You're going to find how to trade the S&P 500, how to trade crude oil, which has been crazy lately. I get it. Again, this is the NYMEX here. This is a game. They're dumping paper onto the market. Realize that the NYMEX and the COMEX are criminal organizations here. They don't trade in real assets. It's paper. They can do whatever they want with it. And it's an incredible thing to see. But I got your back. And the way I set these trades up here, for 90% of it, it's relatively safe. So you don't even have to worry about it. Hello from Las Vegas, my old stomping ground, Scott. Good to see you here. Anyway, guys, that's kind of where we're at. I really, really, really appreciate you guys and girls being here. Thank you for that. We got this. I want you guys to please share this video. And I want to hear from you. Are you happy about this? They're laughing at us. But you know something? We're laughing back. We're laughing back. Because we know it. It's all here. What's going on, what they've done. Everything I just covered, and I did not go into detail. Why? Because I'm really hoping you're going to subscribe to my Freedom channel here. If you can't afford the $3 a month, I understand. But if you can, I'm going to ask you to join us over there. And I'd be willing to bet that right now there's at least 1,500 people over there. I'm going to go check it. If so, I'm going to put out a nice something nice here. Just commemorate it. It's building, man. We need people here that are willing to commit. And we could start something here, again, a community here. We could actually build, you know something? Let me tell you something. Let me let all you guys in on a little secret. You build a community, then you could eventually take the whole state, and you could eventually take the entire freaking nation. Yeah, you can do that. Start small and you build. And because we have, I believe most of us here are aligned here with the source, we're invincible. And if it's going to happen, That's the way to do it. Sound about right to you? Love you guys. Love you guys with all I got. I will see you in the morning as usual. More than likely, you will get more stuff from me later. I've been blasting stuff out in on my Freedom channel for all you guys. Multiple newsletters. I am working very, very diligently to keep you guys and girls in the loop, or as far ahead of the curve as I am possibly able to do. And I probably got to get to bed early. I was up this morning at like 3:30. Like 3:30. I have such a headache earlier today. Anyway, that's it, baby. Trump, baby. I said, baby. That's it, guys and girls. Love you all. I'll see you. I'll see you later.